I'm willing to wager that if I asked you to come up with the most popular and well-known Bible verse, most, if not all of you, would give me the same one. John chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him might not perish, but might have eternal life. It is a remarkably encouraging verse, and verse 17, the following one, shares in that same uplifting message. It goes on, For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him. However, when we reach verse 18, Jesus shares with us a slightly different tone. Whoever believes in him will not be condemned, but whoever does not believe has already been condemned, because he has not believed in the name of the only Son of God. Welcome to On the Go at St. Joe. Faith is one of those words that seem to be thrown around without the proper thought or discernment it deserves. Whether we're glancing at a poster comparing faith to Wi-Fi or having to hear the heresy of sola fide, it's easy to forget that it is one of the essential conditions for reaching heaven, as well as realizing it is not the only one. Let's use the Catechism's definition of faith for this episode. In paragraph 1814, the Catechism states that faith is the theological virtue by which we believe in God and believe all that he has said and revealed to us, and that the Holy Church proposes for our belief, because he is truth itself. By faith, man freely commits his entire self to God. For this reason, the believer seeks to know and do God's will. The righteous shall live by faith. Living faith works through charity. Believe in God? Check. Believe all that God has said and revealed to us? Check. Simple and straightforward. Let's see how the Catechism continues in the following paragraph. The gift of faith remains in one who has not sinned against it, but faith apart from works is dead when it is deprived of hope and love. Faith does not fully unite the believer to Christ and does not make him a living member of his body. You may have caught it in this paragraph, but one of the major arguments against sola fide, meaning saved by faith alone, was just referenced. The Catechism references James chapter 2, verse 26. It states, For just as a body without a spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. This paragraph does a fantastic job at elaborating this point by saying faith without hope and love is meaningless. While we're not dedicating this episode to the faith versus works debate, I would be remiss if I did not mention that the phrase faith alone is indeed in the Bible. James chapter 2, verse 24 declares, See how a person is justified by works, and not by faith alone. Just a quick repeat. Not by faith alone. We have one final paragraph to help us venture through faith. Paragraph 1816. The disciple of Christ must not only keep the faith and live it, but also profess it, confidently bear witness to it, and spread it. All, however, must be prepared to confess Christ before men and to follow him along the way of the cross, amidst the persecutions which the Church never lacks. Service and witness to the faith are necessary for salvation. And the paragraph of the Catechism ends with this verse from Matthew chapter 10, verses 32 and 33. So everyone who acknowledges me before men, I also will acknowledge before my Father, who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, I also will deny before my Father, who is in heaven. The writers of the Catechism did an exceptional job here at explaining what faith is, how to use it, and why it's necessary for salvation. Faith involves surrendering our hearts, will, and action of the truth revealed by God through Jesus Christ and the Scriptures. We can see that faith is not only a gift, but also a commitment, and if we can keep that commitment, that will certainly help you and I get through the narrow gate. Thank you for joining us this week.